Hey, Kamala here from Creative Moms Decant. So today I want to show you how to make a shaker greeting card. We're going to be using cardstock and it's super simple. Let's go!
You're like a circle that floats around me, keeping me.
So you're going to need some basic cardstock, and that's going to make your card. So I just chose orange because we love orange. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this. I've cut my first layer, and we're going to talk about that in just a second. I am going to choose cardstock for intricate cuts, and I think that's important almost any time, especially if you're cutting cardstock that has any type of detail. It's very important. But also, I've noticed if I'm using a cheaper quality cardstock, it is better. So it's also asking me to load my blue pen, which I've done. I absolutely love the Cricut pens, and today I am using a gel tip 0.8 in the light blue, and it is a Cricut pen. And then it's also telling me to load my scoring wheel, which I have done. So you can do this project on a Explorer. You will just use this in the pen attachment to get your score line, and I am giving one of these away in the next few weeks on our Creative Mom Facebook group, so you definitely want to join that group and get your chance to do this. They work great for folding projects, like when I do cardstock letters or cardstock houses, which are both on the pages on our YouTube channel. I use that. Okay, so while that's going, I want to talk to you a little bit about the frame. The frame is also what's going to hold this project up so that you can actually shake in between. So I cut my frame out of chipboard because I had it on hand. It is not necessary to cut this out of chipboard. However, if you have it, this is going to make a super simple shaker card. But if you don't, you could definitely use cardboard. I would make myself a little bigger border than I did today, but you could use this, cut your border out of it, an X-Acto knife like the Cricut one, which works great, by the way. I have my weeding tip in it, but you know, it comes with 4 different tools and it's really awesome. I really do like this tool. But you could cut out of this and use it as your frame. You just need something that's going to get you some height. So there's another option. Here's another one. So these are like glue dots. My camera is reflecting terrible on them, but they have little lines through them and they stick on both sides. Okay, so now I have to check my Cricut screen because, yep, it's telling me to unload my score and go ahead and load my fine tip blade. So I'm going to do that. I keep all my blades in here. There are lots of better ways to keep blades, and if you have one, suggest it below. Give me a comment on how to keep blades. I absolutely love this little dish, but let's be honest, it's overflowing. See, there's 2 more blades over here. So you want to get something with height. So these work great. These are those little sticker dots. You can actually get these from Dollar Tree. So that's pretty awesome. And of course, this is just from those packages. You know, like me, I have a mazillion Amazon things delivered. So that's just container from that. So then you're also going to need a piece of like acetine or cellophane paper or cellophane, you know, something clear. You can use Ziploc bags even. It's not my favorite because it's really hard to get snug with it being, it has no, you know, like you can't hold a Ziploc bag like this at all. So you need a little bit of weight or a little bit of durability. But you can use acetine sheets work great. You could also use, this is actually like cellophane wrapping from the gift wrap section. I had it left over from my Easter cereal bowls, and I think it's going to work great because I'm going for a beachy theme, so the holographic's going to look cool in there. But you can use what you'd like on that. I actually had the idea, and I don't have one right now, but our clear plastic covers from our old mats, once our mats are bad, would be perfect if we didn't have a whole bunch of wrinkles in them like I just saw I do. But it, you know, you could definitely use one of these. So lots of options on that. So I am going to get this cut, and then I need to cut one more plain orange rectangle, and then I'll show you how we put the shaker card together. So I did want to show you one more tool that is super handy, especially when making cards, and it's the Spatula Tool. And it's showing exactly why it's handy. It makes it really easy to reach under your items and pull them away from your mat, especially if you have an extremely detailed design or a really sticky brand new mat, which, just for the record, I do not recommend brand new mats for cardstock. I never have good luck with it myself. So if you do, then you are awesome, and I'm glad that works for you. So I now need to pull all my center layers off of this mat carefully, and then get my second orange cardstock cut. Alright, so now you just want to glue down any of your pieces, which my design had quite a few. You could definitely do a simple design. You could even do a design that's just a square, or, you know, a simple shape like an Easter egg or a cross. That's on my mind this week. But a flip-flop would be adorable, and then just glue the you know, toe parts to the top. So what I want to do is, you know, use Cricut Design Space because it's super helpful to do that, and set out where these go, and then get them all glued down. And I use this art glitter glue because it's amazing, and it truly does dry clear, and it just works really well for a project like this one. So I'm going to finish setting out my wave pieces and gluing them on, and then we'll meet back. So I'm gluing them onto my sheet, like my acetate sheet. Mine is gift wrap, but I'm gluing them onto the plastic so that it will shake underneath. Alright, my awesome Surf's Up birthday card is looking cool. So we've glued a little bit of this down by doing our details, but you want to finish gluing it down, and it does not have to be huge. So I take this all the way in and glue from the middle, and then definitely down this border. I'm going to lay that down. This glue dries so fast. I know I say it all the time, but it really does, and it dries clear. I am a messy gluer. My mom always taught me to not be a messy gluer, but I don't know. She did not win, because I'm a messy gluer. I'm a messy cook too. So, but what you want to do is just get it down all to the edges so that the glitter doesn't escape the card. So I'm just going to kind of glue this all down. And then whatever you're using for backing, so the chipboard is what I'm using here, goes on next. You could also use the cardboard, or even put those stick dots. Just make sure when you're using these that there's no gaps. You don't want to give somebody, at least I don't want to give somebody, a shaker card that shakes all over their house, especially if you're giving it to a child. And I would probably tell the mom, like, you know, I mean, this is homemade, and it does have confetti or glitter or whatever you put in it. So I am going to put, you could call it either one. I'm going to put hexagon glitter in it. It's what I recently used to do a tumbler, and I'm kind of digging the colors, and I think they'll go great with this Surf's Up card that I'm making. So, alright, so the next step here is going to be to trim this stuff up. So I'm going to use my razor blade here and trim it up. You could also cut it better than I did and be able to skip this step. You know, I didn't. And this razor blade's going to work great. So I'm just going to run right along the edge here and get this cleaned up. So that it's looking nice. I'm excited about this. These are fun and really fun to send someone. So with the chipboard and cardstock and not adding anything else to it, that's all I mailed, although I'm going to assume that you could add a little bit of cash or something to it. But you can mail this with a butterfly stamp, so it's just a little bit bigger stamp, but the butterfly stamps work. Butterfly stamps are also what I use for my keychains, so I have those on hand. All right, so that's all trimmed up, and here we go. So you want to dump your glitter in. I'm going to slide this. I know you can't see, yeah, I know you can't see the design as well, but I'm going to slide that out of my way. So put your glitter in the middle, and you just dump a pile in. I might do a little more. You don't want to get too crazy with it because you do want it to shake. And then you're going to take your extra piece of cardstock and glue it down. So you want a thick enough border here that this cardstock is going to seal, and again, so that all your sequins or glitter don't fly all over your house or someone else's.
With an illusion, like a sparrow with broken wings, but now I shine with your reflection.
That looks so much better with a contrasting background, so definitely make sure you do that. Super fun, easy to make, shaker card. I hope I taught you something new today. Leave us a comment. We're always open to suggestions. Have a joyful day, friends. Bye!
With an illusion, like a sparrow with broken wings, but now I shine.